Blessings, salutations, wonderful people. I'm Sunny, and what we're going to do is just discuss some of the things that's going on. Some of the things that I find interesting, and maybe you do too. And I said, let's just try another way of discussing certain things. And let me just say, audacity has been grabbing my interest. Audacity, delusion, that type of stuff. I'm in awe, like case study. Let me write this down, because where I'm from and what I know, this would never fly, ever, never. Now, one of the things that got me really like OMG is Marvin Sapp. Because truth be told, he never would have made it if he would have closed them doors in any church that I know. Because let me just say, first of all, even looking at the ushers, I think I would have threw a couple of bows and got my behind up out that door if I needed to. Because I was like, what is going on? What? I think that was literally, it looks like that's illegal. To the point where this is why I feel what I feel and always did about certain places of worship that gets beside themselves. I never see the positivity in that way. Back in the day, even then, like, my grandfather brought some wholesomeness, but even then, everybody else around him looked like they didn't really get the memo. Neither here nor there. Like, I kid you not, I used to think back in the days, the elder saints and ushers and whoever them was, and Steve Harvey suits and the big hats, once they do the judgmentalness, like, I ain't hip to what they do 6 days a week. It used to be like, OMG. Not me. Not me, because I kid you not. And then he all sweating like he got a habit. Talking about, I'm putting in more. The people behind me putting in 100. Because let me just say, I remember, and this brings me to something I knew. I'm going to discuss with you. Back in the day, I went, just something told me to meet my grandmother at church. She didn't know I was coming. I just, when I was going through something back in the days, my grandmother definitely let me stay with my youngins and get myself back on track. So the community part of that type of grandma, Hattie, shout out to her, and when your name is Hattie, it's real, okay? But I kid you not, I went to go meet her, and I had my children with me, and it happened to be family and friend day at the church. And I'm not even going to say the church, because then it would go down a whole rabbit hole. So that's for another day. So anyway, listening to the sermon, it didn't get me in my feelings, crying like I usually do, touching my soul. But it did what it do, So now, pastor, mind you, this is not a pastor that I grew up with. He happened to be new, He's talking about how he got to go to California, how he got to do this, that, and the third. And I'm like, good for you. All right, hallelujah. And then he was like, so we got to get Pastor to California. And I'm like, we? I was like, yeah, okay. So I start giving my kids the nod, like, let's go. That's our cue. You know what I mean? So we skedaddle, kiss grams, get up out the building before that pan get in my way. Like, No, thank you. That's not what I came here for. So, lo and behold, he literally chased me out the door. Like, I'm outside, kids in tow. He's behind me, sister, I just want to know, why did you leave? We still had more of the service to go. And I'm like, I said, no disrespect, but I ain't been to California yet. So, wish you the best, gotta go. And there's another thing I ain't like about that too when it comes to the church, because I wonder if funeral services is provided for members in the congregation, because what I know, every time there was something done in that church for a homegoing, a wedding, whatever it may be, fees was paid. And I also know the tithes that my people's paid over the year, that building fund was real. So this mother plucker is sitting on the stage talking about 1,000 people, 1,000. So you wouldn't have been 1,000. You want 1,000. Each person give you 20, 100, and there's about 50 behind you. This is why that pastor, that flashy pastor in Brooklyn, had to lay down and currently incarcerated, but had to lay down on camera because how, Sway, even back in the days, it just really got to make sense to me. And then, like, couldn't be me. Could not, and usually I'm not the one to say couldn't be me when somebody doing something, because it's like you wasn't there. But I'ma tell you, I either would have got jumped by a bunch of Christians, or it would have been turned up, and I'm pressing charges too, cause you kidnapped me. I feel abducted. Like, what the? I'm just gonna say this for argument's sake. If you have a bond with the Most High God who you pray to, please don't make it to where only He love you, or the Most High love you, or whoever you pray to, because I kid you not, what I do and what I choose to do is lock in and pray in my own space, because it's very personal. You know, I can talk to those I love about certain things that make me very grateful. I could talk about certain miracles I've seen and was gifted and literally protected by the Most High that no person could provide. So, I'm going to say that, leave it there, and I know it's going to be some more shenanigans, but I'm just going to just fill it out, let y'all respond in the comments if you choose, and this is what we're going to do. Toodles.